Once you've got an understanding of what your users are doing, how they're going to do it, what a target operating model looks like going forward for delivering desktop services, we need to start setting some objectives. Okay, I've got a POC, I've got some time lined up, I've got a budget confirmed, I've got a scope of what I want to test. How am I going to test it? How am I going to demonstrate to the company, to the organisation, to departments, to users, to workers, that this is a way that we need to go forward? If it is, okay, I need to access remote shares over WVD that are stored in the office. I've got a file server that's in the office and I need to come back via a backward VPN. Okay, let's establish that as the POC scope and let's demonstrate that a user can access a file. Many users can access a file. I can upload, I can download files, I can access things over the VPN. That's what I want to demonstrate, I want to test. I want to understand what the breakpoint is. I want to understand where I get saturation of the VPN. If I get saturation of the VPN, I want to understand what limitations I've got with working in this manner so that I know that it's successful or unsuccessful, or what I have to put in place to mitigate the failure that may be in place for remediation purposes. I also need to understand what support I need from the business. If I'm an IT manager, I can't do this on my own. I can have a great idea and say, yes, I want to deploy this. It's going to save £1,000 for every user every year to deploy this. I need buy-in from the business. I need people to see the value in this as well, not just from an IT management perspective, but from a productivity perspective. If I'm able to access the software over a Windows Virtual Desktop environment, I can then share that with colleagues in a file server in a quicker, more efficient manner. Brilliant. That makes me being able to do my job a lot easier. Then I'm all for this. I'm happy to support you with this. I will help support you with the testing, because I will validate that I can do my job in a better and faster manner. I'm more productive. You work the costs out. I'm just here to provide you, from me as a finance user or marketing user or whatever department I'm in, I can successfully do my job using this technology as well. Making sure that we have clear and understandable markers for success as well should be defined very early on. So making sure we understand thresholds. If I move a file from my on-premise file server to a desktop in Azure, I don't want a 5 gig file taking more than, I don't know, 20 minutes, whatever that is, an arbitrary figure. Let's put some markers in there so we know that yes, it's met that threshold. Brilliant, we're happy with that. Or you can understand what your individual success markers are, and we can then grade the testing to that. Did it pass? Did it fail? Yes, no, all the way along. Making sure that success is realistic and achievable. This is with all objective settings. This is something that we need to be cognizant of. We need to make sure that it's not an unreasonable request from WVD. We need to be realistic, and we need to be able to make sure that we can set that goal and achieve that goal as well. We need to be careful with looking at stretched goals as well. So maybe we want to look at things in a phased approach and say, okay, I've got an endpoint I have in my head, but to get there, I need to pass 2 or 3 tests beforehand. So can I log into WVD using my Active Directory domain? Yes, I can. Brilliant. Okay, now can I access corporate resources in a VPN? Yes. Can I backhaul back to my office in, I don't know, Birmingham? Yes, I can. Can I access the file server? Yes, I can. Can I move files? Brilliant. So you kind of have a phased approach to how successful you can go. And then you can start looking at stretching goals, but obviously not trying to stretch them too much, beyond what's realistic, and the timelines that you've got as well. We need to make sure that you're not pushing the POC beyond its means without having to go back through and look at this again.